And then,
you guys have some people you want to bring up on stage.
Yes. I would like to bring up Mr. Patrick Wilson! And I would like to bring up the creepy old woman who is in fact played by Mr. Philip Friedman. Come on up! And finally, least but last but not least,
I think we're the only film in history to have the composer be the main bad guy. It'd be like having Robert Englund compose the music for the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Please welcome the composer and the red-faced demon, Joe Bashara!
oh, really? He's not, is he still here?
Is
Ty is here.
Ty Simpkins, who plays Ultimate! Yeah! You didn't actually get to see the movie, but now I have to
Ty,
clean up
did
my
you hear the
language,
film
I
from
guess.
backstage?
Yes.
Did it sound scary?
Yeah.
Want to show off your new shoes?
They have wheels on them.
This is actually historically, you are the youngest actor we've ever had on the Midnight Madness stage.
Nice.
When you were writing this, you had a number of rules, but what, like, do you guys kind of do research into astral pounding and other kind of spiritual things, or did you just?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I actually chatted to her.
I just pull it from my own experience. That's what I did. No,
Yeah, I chatted to a guy who was like a psychic and sort of a paranormal investigator, and sat down with him and went through, and I wanted to sort of approach it from the scientific point of view, at least in some of it, because I felt that, like, if you meet with the people in that business, they're desperate to not seem like kooks. So he didn't want to have the neon palm in the window. Every time I would be like, that's great, tri-field meters, what's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you? He would be like, not really much scary happens. We want to talk more about the science of it. So he was desperate to move it into that area, so yeah, but he takes it very seriously.
And how do you prepare for this kind of? I'm not sure who to ask here. The demons or the tormented?
He's a demon.
Let's start with the demon. Yes. How did you prepare for your?
Can I just say how I decided to cast Joe in the role of the demon?
Good question.
I think that was the best way to start. We were on the set of a friend's film, and we were helping him out, and then and Joe and I we were standing next to each other, and then for some reason I just tend to look at him and I go, dude, think you can play a great demon? Do you want to come play a demon in my movie? And he was like, yeah, sure. And that was really it. And that was really it. And and since I put Joe through so much hell in that makeup, it took 5-6 hours.
It was 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours. So I thought, you know what? I'll let you compose it too.
Never picked up an instrument.
This was his first film. No. Take it away, Joe.
I just spent a lot of time in hell. It's there was a lot of probably the most challenging thing was walking in the hoods. The hoods were tough to walk in, so I spent like an hour every day walking around in the hoods just to get used to it before shooting.
Weren't they actually like high heels in disguise, like covered?
They were 9-inch platform heels, yeah.
Back to all you ladies who are.
And how did you go about casting your non-demon characters?
My non-demon characters, like my main characters here, well, I mean, as you guys can see, freaking Patrick Wilson, he is amazing, isn't he? I was so fortunate. I worked with Eddie McCarthy, who's the great casting director on this film, and she just had such a great time with the script that we wrote, and we just had a great time casting the film. And one of the things I said to her was, I really wanted, people that feel real, and that people that you can relate to, and but at the same time, like good-looking people, like Patrick and Rose Byrne, and so that are easy on the eyes. So
It's a cold, cold reality. Ugly people just can't play real.
No, but Lee and I have actually been big fans of Patrick for a while now. So and I've been a big fan of Rose Byrne because I've known her work from Australia, way back then.
Patrick's actually in one of my favourite films, Little Children, and so is Ty. Ty played his son in Little Children.
Exactly it.
So
when I was casting for Patrick's young son, when Ty came up, I was like, what? That seemed like a no-brainer. That seemed like, they got a good history together, and this film was shot so quickly. This film, believe it or not, was shot in like 22 days. Yes, and thank you. Firstly, I want to say thank you to all the crew that worked so tirelessly.
and the producers who are here tonight.
And the producers.
The producers are the guys who did Paranormal Activity, Oren Pelly,
Steven Schneider,
Jason Blum. Unfortunately, Jason Blum can't be here, but hey, there's Oren. Paranormal Activity. But now that we've said that, everyone's just going to turn around and just start asking him questions. What do they want to talk to us?
Exactly.
Well, I would like to thank Stephen because, and I believe it was around New Year, Stephen was in Toronto, and he called me up, and I think you came over to my apartment on New Year's Day, is like, just to kind of catch up, because we've known each other for a number of years, and he's like, I've got some really exciting news for you. We're working on a new film, it's called Insidious, and it's got James Wan, and it was just... It was just like, we planted the seed there, and I was like, at that point I didn't think that it was even going to be ready in time, because by this, like when you first hear a film, it takes so long to do, but you guys really did this quickly.
Dude, you've seen my Facebook status update. I was racing against time. I was like losing my brain. Like literally the last 2 weeks, I was racing against the clock trying to get it ready in time. And the more you try to get something ready in time, the more things screws up. Like this would break down, that would break down, and it would always be technical things. And it literally was. When did the film get here? Like yesterday?
It went on Sunday.
It's still not here yet.
On Sunday, James
We
Gunn.
astral projected that film you've just seen.
On Sunday, James Gunn turned to me and said, "Have you seen his Facebook updates lately? He's still working on the film. It's Sunday. The movie plays on Tuesday." Okay, one of the things that
James Gunn's like, I don't think he's going to make it.
well, one of the
Show my film again. You son of a bitch, Gunn, where are you? I'm going to get that guy.
Well, one of the things that I do like about you break some rules. One of the best things about this film is they move.
That was on the sheet that I was talking about, like no false scares. It was like they should move if the house is haunted, and all that sort of stuff.
Do we have any questions here from the audience? Yes, sir.
I have a question for Mr. Simpson. Were you ever scared at all on set?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Mr. Sims.
But it helped me get into character.
Can I just elaborate on that a little bit? From a director's standpoint, I felt so bad for Ty. Ty is like the coolest kid I've ever met. And Joe is like the nicest guy you guys will ever meet as well. But when Joe get in that makeup, all black with the lipstick painted on his face, and he's got the hoofs on and the claws, and not only did it scare us, the grown-ups, we go, hey Ty, you gotta go stand next to that demon character in the dark, or we are gonna be back here. And I just felt really bad for Ty, and needless to say,
Years and years of therapy
coming
thanks
up.
to you, brother. You have psychologically scarred him for the rest of his life.
You're not scared, are you, Ty?
No.
All right, that's what we have. Yes, right.
Yeah, I was just wondering what was the most challenging part of actually filming this whole movie?
What was the most challenging part of filming the film, of shooting the film?
Filming the film?
Making something scary is damn hard, just because.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, I want to correlate with Saw because like Saw was made, kind of in a very similar vein, very independent spirit, really fast paced. But the difference is, Saw went for a very greedy kinetic energy, and when you make a film in that world, you can really get away if your camera's a bit rough, right? So you need quick cuts to kind of hide the shots. With this, I really want it to be, for the lack of a better term, more made in that pure cinema style of filmmaking, very John Carpenter-ish, very what Friedkin did in The Exorcist. So, all my shots, I try to keep my shots as controlled as I can, and because of that, that's hard. And it's actually harder to do slow-moving shots than it is to move the camera everywhere. So it was definitely a challenge, but I think my great DP, John Leonetti and David Brewer pull it off for me.